Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be carrying on our colour along in Johanna Basford's book Small Victories. So this is the page that we're working on and we did this one last week, so I think I'm going to do this one today. So I'll go ahead and zoom you in and we'll get started. So first, taking Scarlet Red, I'm going to make a star on the roof here. So I thought this would look nice red, so I'm just going to use light pressure and add this colour in, and then we can add in some shadows afterwards. Then taking Tuscan Red, I'm going to add some shadow in. So I'm going to use normal pressure and darken up this top piece here and the very bottom of this little bit on top. And then I'm going to start to lift the pressure off as you come down. Then going back in with Scarlet Red, I'm going to use normal pressure and go over where we just added our shadow colour. And then I'm going to take this normal pressure a little bit further down as well. And then I'm just going to use light pressure, but just add a little bit more colour to the very bottom edges. Then going in with our white pencil, I'm going to use normal pressure and just blend this bottom section so this is lighter. Then taking Cadmium Orange Deep, I'm going to use normal pressure and just fill in this little section of the house. Then taking Pale Green, I'm going to make a start on these big leaves that we've got here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a base coat to these. So I'm just going to use light pressure and add this colour all over. Then next taking Apple Green, I'm going to add some extra darkness to these. So I'm going to focus it where the little veins are drawn in already. And I'm just going to use normal pressure just to make these stand out a little bit better. Next, I'm going to go in with Chartreuse, and I'm just going to use normal pressure and take this around where we just added the apple green. Then I'm going to go back in with Pale Green and use normal pressure and just fill in the rest of these leaves a little bit darker. Then taking apple green, we're going to make a start on these bushes just behind here. So I'm just going to use light pressure and add a base coat to these. Then taking pea green, I'm going to add some shadow in. So I want to start by darkening up here where it joins to these big leaves in front. So I'm just going to use normal pressure and go around the edges of the leaves. And then using lighter pressure, I'm going to blend the line out so it's not as harsh. Then back in with apple green, I'm going to use normal pressure this time and fill this in properly. Take it over the blend line as well. Okay, and I'm going to do these trees getting darker the further back they get. So I'm going to go back in with pea green, and this time I'm going to use light pressure and do a base coat on these trees back here. Then taking fern green, I'm going to add some shade. So I'm going to use normal pressure and fill in under this piece here because that would be in shadow. And again, I'm going to darken up the bottom edges where it joins to the bush below. So normal pressure around these edges. And then again, lift the pressure off to blend the colour up. Back in with pea green and normal pressure. Take it over the blend and fill in the rest of the tree. Next, taking spring green, I'm going to do a base coat on these little leaves here down the front. So I'm just going to use light pressure and add some colour to these. Then taking asparagus green, we're going to add some shadow in. So I'm just going to darken up the very top section of each of these leaves using normal pressure, and then I'll lift off as you come down to about halfway. And I'll do the same for all of these. Then back in with spring green, normal pressure, fill these in. Next, taking army green, which is like a browny kind of green colour. I'm just going to use light pressure and I'm going to start to add some of this colour in down here around the waterline where it would be a little bit damp from the water. Take it round these little rocks. Then using fern green, I'm going to add some light pressure and add some colour in between all of these leaves. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with army green and again still using light pressure, just join this together. And then I'm going to use pale green and I'm going to use normal pressure and go ahead and blend these two colours together using this lighter green. So it'll just add a little bit more green and blend everything out for us. So just normal pressure with this. Next, taking cobalt teal blue, I'm going to make a start on the water section. So I'm just going to use light pressure. This is going to be our lightest colour. And I'm going to add this to the top section here closest to the island. And then just using light pressure, I'm going to bring this colour down a little bit further in some places. Then taking deep sky blue, which is a little bit darker. I'm going to use a little bit more pressure on this one just so I can add a bit more colour in. But I'm not taking it over the lighter blue at the moment, I'm just placing the colour down. Okay, so I'm going to darken up this bottom line again, just using normal pressure. And then what I'm going to do is, as I go over the lighter blue, I'm going to lift the pressure off so that it blends in straight away with the lighter blue. So here I'm going to use a bit more pressure and just darken up this corner section as far as I can go. And then again, I'm going to lift the pressure off so that we can blend in the lighter blue a little bit easier. And then back in with cobalt teal blue. I'm going to use normal pressure now and go ahead and fill this in. Next, going in with cadmium yellow light, I'm going to add a sunshine into the background. So I think what I'll do is do it sort of like halfway in the picture, halfway not in the picture. So I'm just going to use this colour to sort of mark out where I want the sunshine to be. And then just use light pressure to fill that in. Next, taking yellowed orange, I'm going to use this to add a bit of an orange tone to the very edge of our sunshine. So just light pressure. And just add some of this colour in. Then I'm going to go back in with cadmium yellow light and use normal pressure to fill this in. And then using light pressure again, I'm just going to add a little bit of a glow into the sky around the edge of the sunshine. Next, taking pastel blue, I'm going to start by adding this colour all over the background. So I'm just going to use light pressure and fill in the rest of the background and take it over the light pressure of the yellow as well. Then taking cloud blue, I'm going to add some little clouds into the sky. So I'll start up here and sort of do little circular motions and add in some cloud shapes. So I'm just using normal pressure for this. We'll do one over here. So you can just start with a line and then just make it a little bit bigger in the middle, on the top and on the bottom. And then I like to make them sort of taper out so that they get smaller as they go across. We'll add one here by these trees. So again, just normal pressure. I'll do one over here as well. And we'll add a little one to this edge here. And I'll do a little one from this side. Then going back in with pastel blue, I'm going to start to darken up around the clouds and see how this is looking. So just normal pressure. Okay, that's looking all right. You can still see the clouds. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in using normal pressure. Okay, and when you come over the yellow, just lift the pressure off, because that doesn't appear to be blending quite as nicely. So I'm just going to use light pressure and go over all of this yellow first. Okay, and then back to normal pressure to fill in the rest of the background. Okay, and then going back in with yellowed orange, I'm just going to use light pressure and try and blend this out a little bit better. So I'm just taking it around the edge with light pressure, following the sort of half a circle that we've got. And then I'm going to go in with cream, and I'm going to use this to go over our sun reflection. I'll take it over the orange as well. So I'm just using normal pressure. I'm going to take it into the blue. And then I'm going to go back in with pastel blue. And again, I'm just going to use light pressure and take this just over the edge here. And we'll use cloud blue to fill in these little windows. Then taking cadet blue, I'm just going to add this colour to these little stones down here. So I'm just adding light pressure and just adding a bit to the bottom of each stone so that we've still got like a little white highlight on the top of them. Okay, next going in with a white gel pen, I'm going to go ahead and go over the waterline where it joins to the mountain. And I'm going to go over the lines in the water. I think here I'm going to sort of taper the line out to the edge. And I'll add one a little bit further down too. And then I'm going to use this to add in some white clouds. And then I'll just add a little highlight in the windows. Okay guys, so that's how we're looking so far. 2 of our 6 pages are completed. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.